Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Tashina from Logical Harmony. Today's video is very highly requested, and it is a nighttime skincare routine using the products from Lush's Naked skincare line. Lush is cruelty-free. They have tons of vegan options. They really clearly label them in their stores, online on their website, and it makes it super easy to find vegan options there. As always, everything in this video is cruelty-free and vegan, and Lush makes some amazing vegan skincare that I've been using for a really long time, and I'm so excited about their Naked line. So if you guys are interested in Lush's Naked skincare, just keep watching. So a few things, the Naked skincare is super unique. If you guys aren't yet familiar with it, I do have a video, I'll link it below, where I talk through all the different products. Lush has sent me a bunch of the Naked skincare, I bought a bunch of it, and I've been using it for months. And what's unique is it's all without packaging. So it's makeup removers, it's cleansers, it's serums, and none of them have any packaging, which is really cool. So there's a bunch of different ways you can store them. I've shared some tips of how you can do that, and I'll share some in this video as well, because that is a question I get from tons of you guys is, how the heck do you store this stuff? So my main tips are, one, keep some of it in the fridge. So certain products I'm gonna use in this video are more melty, and keeping them in the fridge will make a huge difference. And the second tip is to use some tins or other containers for them. So Lush does sell little tins that you can buy. They have these little round ones for shampoo bars that are the perfect size for a lot of the Naked skincare. They do also have rectangle ones as well. And then they have little square guys like this. So that is an option. You can also get the bigger ones that are meant for like the lotion bars and kind of put a few products in there. You have quite a few different options when you're in the Lush store purchasing the products. You can also just take them as they are and put them in whatever container you have at home. I like to use my old black pots from other Lush products, and I do like to reuse any tins that I have. So some of my other products, like my face serums, I'm actually keeping them in an old mint tin that I washed out. So you can really get creative, and I think that's like the spirit of what the Naked line is all about, is it's about reducing your consumption, it's reducing unnecessary packaging, and really getting creative with what you have. So really store them in whatever way works for you. I like to keep all of mine in my skincare fridge. That's my personal preference. Depending on your climate, you might want to do the same as well. Put it in your fridge, just so it stays together a little bit better. Some products, like the Like a Virgin, which is a Naked cold cream, are definitely very melty. So I would highly suggest, if you get this one, which I am going to show you today, keep it in your fridge. You'll be so glad you did. Others you could leave out if you wanted. I just personally like to keep them in the fridge because I know they're not going to melt and they're going to stay fresh for a long time. And I just love my skincare fridge. I have a video all about it. I'll link to that down below. It's addictive. Having a skincare fridge, you never want to go back to like not putting stuff in there. So what I'm going to walk you guys through is what I do on a normal night when I'm using my Naked skincare. So removing my makeup, washing my face, and using serums. My skin was combination dry, and now that we've moved to Utah where it's a lot, the heck, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'd like to apologize for that person upstairs. Now that we've moved to Utah where it's a heck of a lot drier than it was in California, my skin is straight up dry, and the Naked skincare has been amazing for it because it has so many butters and oils that are really nourishing for the skin. So there are a couple things that I like to use to remove the makeup. The first is the 7-to-3 pad. This is like my go-to everyday makeup remover. It's very much like a solid version of 9-to-5, which you guys know I love. I have a video on this. I'll link to that down below. I've been using 9-to-5 for a long time, and when 7-to-3 came out, I was like, I have to try it. And it works really good. I can take off the majority of my makeup with this without any issues. If I am feeling like I have stubborn stuff, like right now I'm wearing a matte lipstick, I like to go in with Like a Virgin and remove my makeup with that. Or if I feel like my skin is extra dry and needs some extra care, I will just use Like a Virgin. So today I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to use 7-to-3 on most of my face and Like a Virgin on the spots where I feel like my makeup just needs a little more work to get off. So 7-to-3, you want to get wet, and then I just rub it all over my face. It is like bendy, which is nice. You guys can see products already coming off. So normally I do this at my sink, not at my desk. So I just have like a little bowl of water right here. I just massage it into my skin and it melts everything away. And I start first on like my cheeks, areas where I tend to have more coverage from products or more products to layer on. I finish with my eyes. I've not had any issues with this irritating my eyes at all, but I know some people, you know, have issues with that. So do what works for you. Do what you feel is best for your skin, but it's very gentle. And you guys can see it's already like melting everything away. Okay, so I've used that. So I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of Like a Virgin, and you guys can see how melty this is. This has been sitting out of my skincare fridge for like 15 minutes, but it did survive my flight back from Berlin, which I was shocked by. The woman at the Lush Naked store there was like, I don't think you should take that on the plane. Like it's gonna melt everywhere. And it didn't. I was quite pleased. So this is actually, I think my second one of these. A lot of this I've gone through multiples of, like Lush. You know, I picked some up in Berlin. Lush has sent me some. This is a really great look. I've bought some as well. So now I'm gonna go in with the cloth from Marley's Monsters and just wipe all of this off. And you guys can see it's definitely getting everything off. With 7 to 3, I've used it to remove like liquid liner, gel liner, all sorts of things. Just sometimes I let it sit on the skin a little bit longer. And I think that's really the key with it, is if you're using a more full coverage product, like let's say Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation, then I let it sit longer on my skin. Or if I'm using like a gel liner, I let it sit on my eyes a little bit longer. And that just helps to break down everything that is in the products and gives you a little bit more flexibility. Just makes it a little gentler to remove too. And you can use these with like reusable cloths like I'm doing, or a regular, you know, towel, or even like a makeup eraser. They work great with all of those. This is interesting. I did like a first impressions on I did a foundation review today on a foundation I haven't used in a while, like since my skin has been dry. And it's very interesting to see these work with different foundations and how it like breaks up everything, because it's very different from like product to product. And some of it is a little more stubborn, but you just scrub away. So that got a lot off my face. That's disgusting. I'm just gonna scrub a little bit more. All right, and that is it for makeup removing. Now, next I'm going to cleanse, and for that I'm going to use Gritty Polity. So this is a really, really nice exfoliating cleanser. You guys have heard me talk about Movis before, which is a great naked exfoliating bar. Like it has breadcrumbs in it to exfoliate. This actually has little pieces of like crushed coconut shell. So it's much more of like a Gritty Polity. It's much more of like a skincare cleanser that really gets in there and is gonna like really scrub everything away. It is balanced out by the really nice oils and butters in this formula as well, so it doesn't feel like it's too much. I would say if you guys used to use the St. Ives apricot cleanser, which is horrible for your skin, by the way, this would be a really good cruelty-free alternative, because I know a lot of people really like how the St. Ives feels. This is a good alternative. It's better for your skin, and they don't test on animals, so better all around. So because of the oils in here too, if you do have any leftover makeup on your skin, that's gonna remove that as well. Oh, that feels so nice. My skin has needed serious exfoliation, like Lush's Fresh Face Mask, Don't Look at Me. Why didn't I buy that when I was at Lush yesterday? My skin has just been like craving that deep exfoliation so much. And because of the size of this, you can really kind of like get in to the little like nooks and crannies of your face, which I think is really great, because sometimes like if you have a cold, for example, and you have dry skin right on the edge of your nose, it can be hard to get that off, but this stuff you can get right in there and like scrub it away. So I'm gonna take another reusable cleansing cloth and just wipe this away. And it is taking off a little more makeup with it. And honestly, I don't know if that's makeup or if that's self-tan. I will say if you do self-tan, when you are using these products, you might need to self-tan your face a little more often, if you self-tan your face, that is, because the oils do kind of break down the self-tan as well. For me, I don't mind. It's an okay trade-off, but just something to keep in mind if you are very sensitive about that, because I know some people are they're sensitive about that. They want their tan to last. So this just, you know, maybe bring a little bit with you if you're traveling, or you might just have to reapply a little more often than on your body. But it's not much of a difference. It's not bad. It's not like it's gonna take off everything and then your whole self-tan is gone. It's just, it might not last quite as long. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with another clean one just to make sure I got everything off. This feels so good too. So what I also really like about these cleansers is, since I have dry skin right now, they don't leave it feeling stripped. Even if I use the more astringent ones, like if I use like Jade Roller, or even, what's the other one? If I use Teetotaler even, which I'm definitely using less now, but it doesn't leave my skin feeling dry. It doesn't leave it feeling irritated. It still feels nice and moisturized and just really clean. And that's what I really like, is they're all pretty gentle overall. Obviously everyone's skin is a little bit different, so see what works for you. And if you're not sure, either go to a Lush store if there's one near you, or their website is super helpful. They have so much great information, especially about the Naked skincare line. And you could also ask them on social, like on Twitter or Instagram. They're super helpful and responsive there, or email their customer care team. They're just really, really great. All right, so that got everything off. Oh, my skin feels so good now. Like it feels just so refreshed. And honestly, so it feels like I put a moisturizer on. Like that's how smooth it feels on the skin right now. I'm just gonna put all this stuff away. It just feels really, really nice, really clean, really refreshed. Not at all dry, not at all tight. It just feels good. So I'm gonna spray on some aroma water just because I love this stuff. And it's been in my fridge as well. And I love Lush's toners. They're so nice. They're so gentle. So this one is really hydrating. It has rose water and lavender water. They do also have another one I like with aloe in it. And then they do have one for like more oily skin types that you could check out. I feel like toners are the only thing missing from the Naked skincare line, but it'd be really hard to make a solid toner, you know what I mean? So next I'm gonna go in with 2 of the serum bars. The first is Argan, which you guys can see I've been using a lot. Argan smells like rose jam. It's super moisturizing. So the unique thing about these serum bars is even when they're not in the skincare fridge, they're pretty dang solid. So you really want to work it up to your face. You can either apply it direct to your skin like I do, or you can apply it in your hands, like rub them up. But I don't know, I don't like doing that. I like to just apply it directly to my face. Maybe I'm weird, but that's what I prefer. But as it warms up, it definitely applies a lot of product and it continues to warm up after it's on your face. So it might not feel like you've put much on your face, but then you give it a minute and it just starts to really warm up. Whatever's on your face warms up and you feel that there's a decent amount on there. So I like to put that on and just kind of like rub it in very gently, just kind of pat it in. It feels so good and it smells like rose jam. So if you guys are a huge fan of rose jam like I am, you're gonna love this. And then now I like to follow up with the banana moisturizer, which it feels nice. I like the effects of it. I'm not a huge fan of the smell, I have to say, because I'm not a banana person. Like I don't eat ripe bananas. I think they're gross. I like unripe bananas. But ripe bananas, banana candy, so many things, This feels really, really good on the skin. If you need like a lighter moisturizer too, their Light Touch Serum is a really good option. So if you have like oily skin or maybe more normal skin, I would suggest Light Touch. It's a really, really good one. Banana is definitely meant for dry skin, and the combination of banana and argan might be a little too heavy for some people. But since my skin has been so dry, honestly, this combination has been saving my skin. So it does feel a little bit oily at first, but these absorb so nicely into my skin that sometimes even like half an hour later, see you later. These absorb so nicely into my skin that sometimes even like a half hour later, I'll put more on just because my skin gets so dry here at night. I run a diffuser, but it's still like, it's helpful to have some extra moisturizer. And that's basically it. So when I do this at night, it's a very simple routine. It covers all the bases and it has made such a difference in my skin. If you guys know, I've been posting Instagram stories talking about it. I've filmed a couple videos that include Lush Naked skincare and just talking about what a huge difference it's made for me. And I love the line so much. I think it's also really affordable for the cost per use and everything too. So the serums are currently in the US about $15 or $16 each. The cleansers are about $6 each. And 7 to 3, I believe, is under $5. So it's pretty affordable and you get a lot of uses. So this argan, for example, this is the one that I have been using almost every day for like 3 months. Like you get so much use out of all of them. Of course, it depends on how much you use at a time, but I just think that's worth noting because a lot of people have asked me questions about the price and they're worried that, you know, it's kind of like a product you only get a few uses out of. You don't. You get think of it as like their shampoo bars. When you buy a shampoo bar from Lush, I think they say a shampoo bar replaces like a few bottles of shampoo. I feel like the Naked skincare is similar. It's gonna replace like a couple bottles of your normal cleanser or your normal serum. Obviously your use depends on it, but I have been really impressed with them and I will continue to buy them because I love them so much. So if you guys have used anything from Lush's Naked skincare line, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it and let me know what you wanna try. I'm so, so curious and I'll see you next time.